Hey guys, Mark here, and behind me I have the 2020 edition of my home theater. And I'm gonna show you in just a sec, but for those of you guys that remember, about a year or so ago, has it actually been that long? It's been like a year and a half ago. I actually had a bedroom, very tiny mini sort of home theater setup, and it was in a 9x9 room. So I've since moved out of that place and I finally have enough space to do a proper home theater setup. Let's go check it out. Naturally, the first thing I want to talk about in this room is the projector and screen combo. This is the Optoma GT5600 projector. It's not super fancy, it's just a 1080p ultra short throw home theater projector, meaning it can be placed directly in front of the screen and still project a huge image. Right now it's blasting a 100-inch image at about a foot away from the screen, and what you'll notice is that the screen is still super bright. Not only that, but I have two huge studio lights on in this room right now, and the image is still completely watchable. That wouldn't happen in a normal home theater setup, but it actually has almost nothing to do with the projector itself. You see, other than these fancy lights that we'll get to in just a bit, the screen has a cool little secret. If I move the camera up and down and then change the perspective, what you'll notice is that the screen changes from a black or a dark gray to a light gray as I move from the top to the bottom. That's because this is a CLR screen, or ceiling light rejecting, meaning it passively rejects light coming from the top and accepts it from the bottom. It's called the Elunevision Aurora screen, and as I'm sure you can guess, it's called that because of the LED strips that go all the way around the screen. It comes with a remote that you can use to turn them on and off, change the brightness and the color, and make them do a few little animations. It's a great little party trick and it looks cool, but when it comes down to it, I usually turn them off for the best viewing experience. The only real negatives to this screen is the pretty hefty price and how time-consuming it is to actually put together, but once it's up on the wall, it looks incredible, from the tiny velvet bezels on the sides to the LED light show going on behind it. If you're interested in checking this out for yourself, I'll leave links down in the description down below, and that goes for pretty much everything else in this video too. Now, the screen isn't the only over-the-top thing in this home theater. If you guys watched my video last month, you'll also know that I took delivery of these two massive beauties from Valencia Seating. They sent both the screen and the seats out to me for this review, and I cannot thank them enough for it. They're what makes this room absolutely incredible. I won't talk a whole lot about the chairs since I already covered them in another video, but just know that they are awesome. They're made of Italian Napa leather, they have full power reclining options, a USB port for your phone, cup holders, and blue LED lighting everywhere. They're super comfy and cozy, and if you break into my house and try to steal them, I will fight you to the death. Plus they're like 100 pounds each, so good luck with that. Onto the sound system. This is where we need some upgrades. Right now I've got a set of R14Ms for the left and right, and R52C for the center channel, and here's where it gets weird. The subwoofer and two rears are actually Polk, and they're from the RM6750 home theater in a box system that I had in my last home theater setup. I kind of ran out of money for upgrades, but I swear I will upgrade them. Eventually. Either way, everything sounds great to my ear. I'm no audiophile, but since this setup is only really intended for a maximum of 2 people, it's fine for me. Powering the speakers is a Denon S510BT, a 4K 5.2 channel amp. Plenty of room for upgrades, and it accepts all of the outputs from my various media consoles, such as my Xbox One S for Blu-rays and the occasional game of NHL. Yeah, I know my Canadian is showing. The Nintendo Switch for my favorite console-based games, and then occasionally I'll plug in my Chromecast and actually cast my Oculus Quest gameplay to the screen for people when they come over and they really want to see or try out VR for the first time. Speaking of which, we come over to the right corner of the room where the Quest sits on top of this electric fireplace. Trust me, I would have gotten rid of this thing because I hate corner fireplaces, but this is a rental. On top of that fireplace, like I said, you've got the Quest, as well as a few little decorative pieces like the Divoom, Tivu, and Pixu, as well as the Wing Gundam from, you guessed it, Gundam Wing. There's also a bunch of other Gundams in this room, like this massive 1/60th scale Strike Gundam and a much smaller 1/44 scale Strike Freedom over on the bookshelf over there. By now, I'm sure you've also noticed these giant rectangles on the walls. These are actually sound-absorbing panels that I built myself using Roxol insulation, sheets of MDF for the frame, and layers of cotton for the outside to blend in with the wall a little. They work really well for cutting down on echo, and they make the room sound a lot better when the speakers are cranked up. And that's pretty much it for this area of the room. Now there's a whole other half of this room that way that has my full YouTube production studio in it, but I'll save that for another time. This home theater really is incredible. It's not the most extravagant and there's definitely some areas for improvement, but it's such a huge difference coming from a tiny bedroom home theater and then going to this. And I really, really look forward to coming home after a long day of work and just hanging out in this space. And to be completely honest, I don't even feel the longing towards going to the cinemas anymore. I'd rather just sit here in my super cozy, comfy chairs and enjoy the solitude of having a theater all to myself. As always, links in the video description if you're interested in any of this stuff. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to support my content. And as always, have a great day.